It is playoff week right here for the Terry Bulldogs football team. This week, the Terry Bulldogs are in the playoffs for the first time in 17 years. There's a lot of excitement to go around. This is the South 78 football show presented by CPA Realty. I'm Trellis Williams. Right here with me, of course, Coach Chris Thigpen of the Terry Bulldogs. And, Coach, 2006 is a long time ago, Coach. I mean, I know I was in a different stage of life. I was a little kid, and then you were 20 years old.
Yeah,
And, I mean, a lot of your players weren't born. And, I mean, you were the seventh coach to take over Terry since the playoffs, since the last time Terry was in the playoffs. Just how does it feel to get this team back to the playoffs?
Well, it's a huge accomplishment, and yes, that is a long time ago. When I became the head coach, that was one of my goals. To get us back in the playoffs, whether we were in the former Region 3-6A or the new Region 3-6A. You get in the playoffs and you win. You mess around and win one. Now you move into that contention stage, and that's definitely where we want to be. We want to become contenders in 6A, and our players are excited, our coaches are excited, I believe our fans are excited. And so, the last 3 days I had to kind of take it all in as a head coach, because I told the players, in 2014 I was with a team that won the state championship, and the next year they won it as well. And I thought, we were just going to run it back because it felt so easy.
Yeah.
But it's not easy. The more I coach, the more I know how hard it is, how difficult it can be to not only, get in the playoffs, but also win a state championship. So the past 3 days, man, I've just been taking it all in. I'm loving getting up, driving to work, knowing we got practice. Today I walked down to when I got to the field house at the end of the day, it felt great to know we were still practicing. And so, that's great for our program and our school.
So last week, took on Forest Hill at home. I know that there's a lot of, banter between, school populations, student populations and stuff like that. But you guys were able to really put the thumping on them, 55-0. They're at home on senior night. Just a great way, great punctuation to that regular season, and just really good momentum heading into the playoffs. So how do you get these guys to take that momentum and continue it into this playoff game on Friday?
Well, you talk about momentum. So if there's ever a perfect way to maybe to get some momentum going into playoffs, it would be a game, and like we had last week versus Forest Hill. Our guys played lights out. They were ready to play mentally and physically, and so we executed well. We didn't have any injuries from that game. We had one guy bang his thumb up, Donovan Young, but excuse me. It's senior night, and we hadn't won a senior night game in a long time, and so that's something our seniors could say. They went out, winning their senior appreciation night game also. And, we had a great crowd there. A lot of our players' families and friends came. And so, it was really good for them to have that moment, to create that memory that'll last a lifetime.
Yeah, when they did, for sure. And also, just to let the viewers know, Forest Hill, that was a 5-5 football team. That wasn't a winless team. That wasn't a team that had not won at all. Also, they had taken their losses, but that was their worst loss of the season.
That's right. It was their worst loss. And when we went there and we played Callaway at Forest Hill earlier in the season, I told someone this is probably our shortest away trip. So they're very close to Terry as far as proximity. And also, we have some players that live maybe closer to their school than our school, on that end of the county line. So, it was, like I said, it was a great win. Now, and they're also a playoff team as well. So they're in the playoffs as well. So, our guys have had a really good week of practice as far as, especially today, I thought, as far as our focus. I really, really like that.
For sure. And so this week you take on George County on the road. The Rebels, they're 8-3 on the season. They average over 31 points a game offensively. Now, defensively they let over 23 points a game go. You guys have held your opponents to 12 points a game. But just how do you get your defense ready to kind of stop these guys enough in order to have your offense score enough points to get the win? I mean, that's really what it's about, right?
That's right. That's right. And defense travels in the playoffs, and defense shows up. We used to have a sign in our weight room. Defense wins championships, and I really do believe that. But yes, you do have to score. You
Yeah.
do have to score. But our defense has been playing very, very lights out. They get turnovers and they get stops, and we're playing maybe arguably the best quarterback in the state of Mississippi. He's committed to Notre Dame, has several other Power Five offers, so he's really good. He's really talented. He came back to their team about midway during the season, and so he's definitely ignited their team. It's also a special game to me because James Ray, the head coach, was my defensive coordinator in high school all throughout my years. So to know that he's still coaching once he left my high school, he went to North Mississippi and coached 10 years at Bruce. And so now, the last 5 or 6 years he's been at George County. And, it's kind of, it comes full circle, sometimes, never did we think years ago, we'll meet each other in the playoffs. So, but they have a great program too. So we definitely have a challenge cut out for us as far as what we have to do to be successful. But I think we have a really good game plan. I like the way our players match up, and so. But that's what playoff football is all about in high school.
And I know as a football coach, probably one of your biggest jobs is being a motivator. I mean, because you got to get your guys out there ready to go get it done. But I mean, this week might be one of those weeks where these guys want to get it done themselves. I mean, it's a playoff week.
That's right.
How much in a playoff situation? How much more as a coach is the focus on execution more than just getting up to get it going?
I would say execution.
Yeah.
At this point, if you're not motivated to play at this point, it may not be for you, or you may not
Yeah.
be that player that we thought you were. But yeah, our guys, it's new territory for us, but it's almost like once you taste it, you want to taste that again. And so they're starting to taste some of that success that we've been longing to have over the past 2 seasons. And so, like I said, every year, man, we want to build off of what we did the year prior, and we've done that so far.
For sure. And so you got seniors on your team, and now this is the first situation where these guys don't know when their last game's going to be.
That's right.
This time, this could be their last game, but if they win, their career survives another week.
That's right.
What are you saying? What's your message to these seniors?
Well, that's something as, hey, how do you want to be remembered?
Yeah.
And I've told them that, now is the time where you can win and
Yeah.
extend the season, or if you don't win, then it's over. And
Yeah.
for a lot of our guys, not just our seniors, who knows what next year holds.
Yeah.
And even for our seniors, they have aspirations of going on, playing on the next level. The best way to do that is continue to play. The best way to do that is continue to make plays, build that film, and build your resume up as far as a player, your profile, and make your case. Make your case for several reasons why you should, garner that scholarship offer.
Yeah. And so Coach, it's going to be a road game. You know that that their fans are going to be there. It's a playoff game. They're at home for them. What are your expectations from this Terry Bulldog fan base going into this big playoff?
I know our people will show up. That's one thing about it. I thought we've traveled really well to road games.
Yeah.
Our parents and our fans do a really good job of supporting our team, but also our band is going to be there.
Yeah.
All 96 of them. Our cheerleaders will be there, and so they help set the atmosphere, for high school football and the atmosphere we want to create. I think they deserve a whole lot more credit, for our home game atmosphere and away game atmosphere. It's good to hear familiar tunes in the stands, from the stands, from our band, and our cheerleaders have done an excellent job, as I said, over the past several years, at least since I've been head coach, of supporting us and coming.
Absolutely. So, folks, the Terry Bulldogs play their playoff game against George County on Friday night, and I do believe kickoff is at 7 p.m.,
It's at
correct?
7 p.m. There are a few brackets out there that's saying 6 p.m.
That's what I saw, and I wanted to
Yeah, but
get
it's
that
it's at
clarified.
7 p.m. That GoFan link is already out. George County is in Lucedale, Mississippi. It's about an hour from Hattiesburg, 98 East, and so it's not a big town. You know, the high school won't be too hard to find.
Absolutely. Folks, thank you for joining us. We've got more interviews right here on the South 78 Football Show, and please be sure to hit that subscribe button. Hello, everybody, and we are back right here at the Raising Cane's in Byron, Mississippi. This is the South 78 Football Show presented by CPA Realty. I am Trellis Williams. Right here with me is Miss Constance Belcher. She is a teacher there at Terry High School. We're going to ask her some more about all her responsibilities she has there at Terry High School, but she was Teacher of the Year for 2023, so we want to congratulate you for that.
Thank
Just,
you.
just talk about the honor of being able to be selected as Teacher of the Year there at Terry High School.
It's a great honor. This is my 26th year teaching, my 10th year at Terry. I've done some of everything. I'm just honored just that my coworkers, the students, my principal, the staff just gave me the honor. So it's been a great joy. I have been nominated several years, but this will be the first year that I won. And I'm just, like I said, I'm just honored to have won this award.
Yeah, for sure. You've been teaching for 26 years. Did you start when you were 10 or something?
Not actually, almost though. Almost.
Yeah. So anyway, my next question I want to ask. So just kind of go, just tell the viewers just kind of all your responsibilities that you have there at Terry and all that you do in your role.
Okay. I teach Freshman Academy. It's Introduction to Careers course. I teach health, course, and I teach family dynamics. I'm also the student council sponsor, and the job of the student council sponsor is just to help to lead the student council members to cultivate a culture at the school, present events, just so the students will have a great time. We do homecoming, we do the prom, we do ACT award. Any student that scores a 25 above, we throw like a little ACT badge for them. We do senior portraits, senior jerseys. We do everything. Anything that the principal asks us to do,
Yeah.
we're doing it. Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So you're there at Terry High School. You go into a week like this, and for the high school, it's a huge week.
Yes,
The
sir.
football team is in the playoffs for the first time in 17 years. And I did want to ask you this. You said you've been teaching for 26 years. Is it all at Terry?
No, actually, I'm from Arkansas originally. I taught
Okay.
6 years in Arkansas. I taught 10 years at Provine, and the last 10 years I've been at Terry.
Okay, so you've been at Terry for 10 years, and none of those years Terry has made the playoffs in football.
None.
And so you're talking about this is a big thing there at the school. Just kind of
Yes.
talk about the energy that's going on here at Terry High School right now.
I could just say I'm excited. I've known Coach Dick Penn the last couple years. He's done a phenomenal job with those guys. I'm excited for them. I hope that they win tomorrow night, and hopefully they'll win it all. But it's been great. The students definitely are behind the football team. I can say we have great student participation there. Everybody's excited about this. It's a long trip. I know
Yeah.
everybody's not going to be able to go, but we will be there with them in spirit.
Absolutely, and if you are one of those people that cannot make it in person, be sure to watch the stream. It will be
Okay.
on the TSJW Network YouTube channel, the same YouTube channel that this show is on. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button so that you can see that. Thank you very much for
Thank
joining
you.
us.
Thank you.
Yeah. And we will have more coming right up. All right, we're back right here at the Raising Cane's in Byron, Mississippi. I'm Trellis Williams. Right here with me, senior defensive lineman Cavante Smalls. And Cavante, man, my first question is that, look, you're heading into the playoffs, man. Congratulations on that. Entering your senior year, making the playoffs, and the defense had a lot to do with it. This defense has been tough all season long from you guys. You guys have only let 12 points a game be scored on y'all. That's a very good defense. Just kind of talk about what goes into the defense of this team this year.
Most likely defensive lineman, we be have like to do like a whole bunch of work,
Yeah.
pressing, getting off the ball, read the lineman, if it's a screen, pass, everything. We got the linebackers for our help as well. Half of the plays that we do, we really couldn't do it without them as well. The DBs, they doing them, that we've been holding down. But most likely defensive line, we just do our part, get the job done, and we compete, and we just bring a whole bunch of energy to the field.
Yes, and again, you guys have made the playoffs this year, and so for you as a senior, making the playoffs. So you don't know this could be your last high school game, but if you win, your career survives another day, another week. Your high school career survives another week. So just kind of talk about just the urgency that you have to go win this ball game on Friday night.
I have the urgency to go win this ball game because I want to go do this mostly for my mom, mostly for my dad as well. But another thing is because I want to go play on Thanksgiving, I want to have my family co watch. And also, I want to have my underclassmen as well go to the playoffs for the first time as well. You know, we gotta represent Terry as well. So we just gotta play our part and do our job.
Yeah, man. Look, 17. Like I'm assuming you're probably 17 years old, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you're 17 years old. So that means that listen, man, you were a baby, man, when this team last, like an infant, when this team last made the playoffs, man. How does it feel to be the senior class that brings Terry back to the playoffs?
It feels really good knowing back then when I was born.
Yeah,
Like bringing Terry to the playoffs. That's crazy.
absolutely, man. My last question. So George County, good team, great quarterback. They're 8-3 on the season. They put up 31 points a game over the course of the season. Just kind of talk about the challenge of taking on that team and kind of your idea of the game plan against that team.
Well, all I gotta say is George County better be ready to put up a dog fight. D lineman, we coming hard this game.
Absolutely. Man, Cavante, looking forward to seeing you out on the field, and we got some more player interviews coming right up. We are back right here at the Raising Cane's in Byron, Mississippi. The South 78 football show is going on right now. I'm Trellis Williams right here with me. Nick Crawley. So, Nick, man, my first question, man, big, obviously big game this week here in the playoffs for Terry, the first time in a long time, buddy. And so, man, how excited are you to be the senior class that takes Terry back to the playoffs?
Man, excited. I feel like it's great we're here, and I want to keep making the legacy, like keep it going further. Go to the second round, third round, state. Hopefully we're going to win it too, win it all.
Absolutely. And one game that I want to go back to is the West Jones game. Losing that game 2-0, but I mean, if you're talking about on the defensive side of the ball, that team is undefeated right now.
Yeah,
10-0 team, and got a pick six called back.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're talking about everything was lined up to win that game, just didn't quite happen. But how does going back to a game like that give you confidence heading into the playoffs?
Man, I feel like we just gotta keep it, like come out with that same energy. Like we went into that game with nobody expect us to come out there and do that. Ain't nobody expect us to shut out the number one team and one of the number one teams in the state. No, they ain't expect it. So that's why I feel like we just need to go in the first round with that. Then hopefully we get to see them again in the second round.
Absolutely. And so now you're traveling down to George County, and that's it's a long way down there, man. You're on the road, and you know that they're going to bring a lot of energy. How ready are you to take on a hostile environment there down at Loosedale?
I feel like we just got to go in there. I mean, I feel like everybody we're gonna be nervous. It's a playoff game.
They are too, though.
Yeah. It's our first playoff game, though. So we play a little. If I'm gonna be nervous, but we just do our job, we gonna definitely come out there, no matter what the crowd. Nothing. Yeah, we definitely go out there and do what we gotta do.
Absolutely. I appreciate you,
Yes,
Nick,
sir.
for joining us. Absolutely. Hello, folks. We are back. The South 78 Football Show presented by CPA Realty. Of course, I'm Trellis Williams. Right here joining me is linebacker for this Terry Bulldogs football team, senior linebacker Amarian Bailey. And Amarian, man, in the playoffs, man, for the first time in 17 years. First question, man, I asked those other two guys as well. How does it feel to be the senior class that brings Terry back to the playoffs for the first time in that long of a period?
Oh, man, it feels good. I just want to get farther in the playoffs. Like, since we made it here, I think it's time to go win a championship now. Put the world on notice.
Yeah, this is the time. This is the time for sure. Man, you've had a great season. Last year you had a big time breakout year, and then you're able to commit there to Middle Tennessee, which that was nice. Congratulations on that for sure. And then now, you have some team success making the playoffs, man. Just what's the feeling going into the final stretch here of your high school career?
Thank you on that too, but
yeah.
I just want to enjoy it. My last time playing high school ball, I just want to enjoy it and go out with a bang.
Absolutely. You're playing against George County, and George County's known for a good offense. They averaged 31 game offensively. Of course, you guys took on the undefeated West Jones Mustangs, and they're still undefeated, by the way, and held them, I mean, to 2 points, but really y'all held them to nothing. I mean, that was not a defensive issue there. So just kind of talk about, like, what kind of confidence you get from a game like that and bringing it to a game where you're about to play against a good offense in George County here.
We just want to do the same thing we did against West Jones against them. So if we do that against George County, we'll see West Jones again when I get back from that 2-0 loss. Yeah.
Absolutely. And just kind of so last game, of course, about as good as you could do against Forest Hill, 55-0 win. You shut them out, but then the offense is going good as well. And I noted this earlier. Forest Hill had not lost that badly this whole year, and they were 5-5 on the season. So they weren't like a winless team, you know, that you guys beat that badly. Just kind of talk about that and what you think your offense, y'all's offense, which has sputtered at times this season. How much confidence do you think that offense is going to get to be able to take you guys get over the hump in this game on Friday?
I'm glad my guys went out there and did it. They had a big win against them, and I didn't even play. But I think that game right there is getting our offense on the right track. So now we're going in this big game, playoff game, rolling. So we're clicking on all cylinders.
Absolutely, and I appreciate you, Amari, and joining us, and we're looking forward to seeing you and you guys out there on Friday night where the Terry Bulldogs go down to Lucedale, Mississippi to take on the Rebels of George County. Folks, if you can't make it, and if you can make it, please make the trip. It's a long trip down there, but please get out there to support the Terry Bulldogs. If not, be sure to check out the stream right here on the TSJW Network YouTube channel. Please go ahead and hit the subscribe button on the TSJW Network YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. I'm Trellis Williams. This is the South 78 Football Show presented by CPA Realty. We out.